Hey golfers, I was asked to go a little bit deeper in this, so here's part 3 on how to improve your lead arm gapping to create more downswing speed. Okay, golfers, want to go ahead a little bit deeper into this lead arm gapping that I've produced a couple of videos on and kind of show you from some different angles, go a little deeper in it so you can understand with just eliminate any confusion. So what we're referring to as lead shoulder adduction angle in gears is the angle of the humerus of the left arm relatively to the spine. And so as the arm comes across the chest, you'd be adding to the midline in the kinesiology terms. So we would actually see a reduction of this angle. And as the angle increases, we'd be going through abduction of the lead arm. So let's take a look here. Got Tour player, major champion, and a little bit older video. But let's take a look. Starts out near 90 degrees on takeaway. And as this club works back to the backswing, we can see it actually increases slightly. And then now at the top, which is normal, that lead arm comes across. So the more the lead arm comes across your chest, that would be reducing this angle. And let me just show you from a couple different views. From above, go back to here, kind of show you, tilt this way. This is a pretty good angle. You can just see how that lead arm gets, back. That's where everything sets. And I haven't done enough dive in to say what's a good angle, but here it is, and see what other players. So the biggest thing is what happens on the way down with this lead arm. And we can see here right in transition, get a little closer. As you transition it down, and there's the recentering of the body, shifting the weight. We can see there's not a whole lot of change. It's only a couple degrees that he goes from here to here. But what that means is that lead arm is not being pulled by the chest. It's not being pulled by the hips. Because there's an increase in this angle, that means that left bicep, lead arm bicep is coming off the chest and the hands are accelerating. So if we think about our hand path and we want to create that biggest arc possible, hands and arms are accelerating independent of the chest and upper body rotation. And that's where we see this number increase all the way down through impact. And we'll see here sometimes that there is a little bit more, we'll say that connection feeling, because now you got rotation from the lats and the pecs and the interior, exterior obliques, all pulling that body around. And there's a lot of tension going on there. And so we're going to see sometimes some connection here from the pecs and the serratus anterior in order to kind of like prepare for impact. We want to be as strong as possible for impact. You don't want to be just whimsically loose. So we see this increase, and we've seen a couple other videos. Some other tour players will actually decrease this number, get kind of reconnected. But you can see in this video, this player actually continues increasing this gap through impact. And where I see that is actually that's where the hands and the arms are working off the chest. That helps keep the club face square a little bit longer through impact, and which produces a straighter shot. So we're still a lot of rotation going on with the body, but there's enough spacing on that lead arm in order to keep the club face square. And that continues going on. Now the swing's already over with. Okay, let's take a look at some takeaways on how you can use this information to improve your swing. And what we want to take a look at is kind of this kinematic sequence. And I want to take a look at these degrees per second, especially the arm. Because we do not have wrist data in this swing, that's going to be some of the angular acceleration to create the club speed and linear acceleration of the hands and arms to create that. But we're going to focus in on just the arm degrees per second. And we can see how that's going to be increased. And so good drills for you, feet together drill, flamingo drill. These are great drills for you to improve your arm swing coming down. And we can see how much faster right now. We're already at 1,000 degrees per second. versus 471 for the pelvis and 758 for the rib cage. So when we look at this, all this is at pretty much a standstill. There's motion, it always keeps moving, but it gets down pretty low. And now as that continues, so this rate of acceleration is much faster in the arm swing as it continues to go through impact. You can see these numbers are finally starting to slow down, the degrees per second. This is where the angular acceleration of the trail wrist is kicking in right here. We're going to see everything kind of just impact stalls out a little bit. So to ensure that we continue to keep this momentum going through impact, I want you to still be working on trying to accelerate your arms and hands through the ball. It's just this impact position right here, that club slows down because of the impact of the ball. It's just going to happen. But when we take a look at it, we can still see the hands are accelerating, or the arms in this case, all the way till right about here. Okay, so we're at almost 900 degrees per second, 897. So there's definitely still some acceleration through the ball. So we'll see where this kind of starts slowing down. So we're at 1127 here, and then it slows down for impact, slows down, then it picks back up. So we want to keep those arms going through impact. So that's the reason why I want you to always feel impact's 3-4 feet beyond the ball. That way we can keep the arms working up off the chest. And again, our proprioception is going to be the hands, but it's the combination of hands, wrists, and arms, and this upper body that is still doing a lot of work. You can actually, if we jump back and look at the pelvis real quick, we can actually just see it's slowing down. And it needs to, because that's the break in motion or the eccentric loading that the pelvis functions in order to kind of post up on the golf swing. We need that post, and that's coming from that lead leg. Thanks, golfers, for watching this video. Stay tuned for more episodes of the Zero Spin Axis Golf Swing, and don't forget to subscribe so you can stay in tune with the latest release. Later.